Okay, so this is our last um, unit of energy that we're going to be looking at. So we've talked about calculating voltage, current, um, resistance, and then today we're going to be talking about power. Now, power is the rate at which energy is used. So it's the rate at which we use energy, and we usually measure it in watts. So there are two different types of formulas we're going to use to calculate power. One will be power equals joules, which is energy, divided by time, which is in seconds, um, or power is equal to current times voltage. So we have to see what's given to us in each question and then determine which formula we're going to use. So if I just pull up a few example questions, I'm going to do them on this template. Um, let's figure out how to calculate power or any of the missing components for each of these questions. So the first one says, a hair dryer is a power rating of 1,000 watts. It is plugged into a 120 volt outlet. What is the current flowing through this hair dryer? So first we got to figure out what we have in this equation, and then we can determine which equation we want to use. So I have watts, which is our power, and then I also have 120 volt outlet. So I have power in volts. Well, the formula that has power in volts would be this one right here. So we're going to use that formula. So I'm just going to copy. So let's use this formula to help us find our current. So we know what our power is. Our power is, where am I? Power is 1,000 watts. Okay. We don't know our current, but we do know our voltage, and our voltage is 120. I'm going to put brackets here so then we can identify that we are multiplying here. So remember, we multiply when these variables are touching. Now we have to isolate for our variable. Well, what's the opposite of multiplying by 120? Well, it's dividing by 120. Oh, that's a horrible line. So it's dividing by 120. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 120 to both sides. And then you should get what I equals to. So I is now equal to, well, what's 1,000 divided by 120? 8.3 repeating, so let's just round to the nearest tenth. And our units for current is amps. Okay, so very similar to the Ohm's law. So our next question, and I'll copy this guy. Our next question says, a curling iron is plugged into a 110 volt outlet. So we have a 110 volt outlet, and it uses this much current. What is the power of the iron? So this one's going to be a little bit easier, since we honestly just need to multiply our answer. So we're going to use this formula again, and the reason why we're going to use this formula is because we have voltage and we have current, which is amps. We don't have joules and we don't have time in seconds. So we want to find what power is. Well, I know my current is 8.33. So my current is 8.33, and my voltage here is 110. And when I multiply those, I should get 916.3. And because we're finding power, power is measured in watts, so that's watts. Okay. And then the last question, and I'm going to share with you guys, and then you can complete the assigned worksheet, is what is the watts, so I'm looking for power, of a frying pan that uses 300 joules of energy to cook bacon for 10 minutes? You can make this bacon whatever you want. It could be pork, it could be turkey, it could be chicken. I personally like turkey bacon, so I'm going to talk about turkey bacon. Okay, so if we're going to use a formula here, we're going to use this one. And the reason why we're going to use that one is because we have joules and we have time. Now, time is in minutes, so we're going to have to do some conversions here in a minute. So we do have our joules, and we know our joules is 300,000. And now we got to find our seconds. So we have 10 minutes. And because we have 10 minutes, we need to convert our 10 minutes to seconds. Well, to convert 10 minutes to seconds, we know that in each minute, there are 60 seconds, right? So in each minute, there are 60 seconds. So this should add up to 600 seconds. Okay, so in 10 minutes, there are 60 seconds. So in total, in the 10 minutes, we have 600 seconds. So now I can put 600 here and divide these two to get a power rating of where am I? 500, and again, our units is watts. Okay, so you should be able to finish that that worksheet that I have attached to your assignment.